Italy. The name itself brings so much to mind. You might think of a perfect plate of pasta, steam rising gently from tender noodles coated in a rich, slow-simmered tomato sauce. Or perhaps you imagine the sun setting over the rolling hills of Tuscany, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple. Italy is a country that truly engages all of your senses. It is a place where history is not just in museums, it is in the very stones of the streets you walk on. Every corner seems to hold a story. Every meal feels like a celebration. And every view is like a painting come to life. This beautiful country, shaped like a boot kicking a ball, is located in southern Europe, reaching out into the sparkling Mediterranean Sea. What makes Italy so special is this incredible layering of time and culture. It is a land where ancient ruins stand proudly next to bustling modern cities. You can feel the weight of centuries just by looking around. It is the birthplace of the mighty Roman Empire, which shaped laws, languages, and roads across the world. It is also the cradle of the Renaissance, a time when art and ideas exploded with new life, giving us geniuses like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo. This is a country that has given the world so much, from opera to espresso, from fast cars to high fashion. It is a place of deep passion, strong family ties, and an unwavering love for the good things in life. Exploring Italy is like embarking on a grand adventure through time. One day you could be standing in the Colosseum in Rome, imagining the roar of the crowds and the clash of gladiators. The next, you might be gliding through the canals of Venice in a gondola, surrounded by palaces that seem to float on water. Then you could find yourself in Florence, gazing up at the magnificent dome of the cathedral, a masterpiece of engineering and art. Italy is not just a destination, it is an experience. It is a place that invites you to slow down, to savor each moment, and to appreciate the profound beauty that can be found in simplicity and history. This journey we are about to take will uncover the many layers of this incredible nation. We will travel back to the legendary founding of Rome and see how its empire grew to dominate the known world. We will explore the complex period of the Middle Ages and witness the incredible flowering of creativity during the Renaissance. We will follow the story of how Italy became a single, unified country and look at its place in the modern world. We will also discover its stunning landscapes, taste its world-famous food, and understand the culture that makes Italians who they are. So let's begin our exploration of Italy, a country that never fails to capture the heart and inspire the soul. The story of Italy truly begins with Rome, a city built on legend and power. The famous story tells of two brothers, Romulus and Remus, twins who were abandoned as babies and raised by a she-wolf. As young men, they decided to build a city on the banks of the Tiber River. A fight between them led to Remus's death, and Romulus became the first king of the city he named after himself, Rome. This foundation story, whether true or not, captures the spirit of ambition and destiny that would define Rome for centuries. From these humble and mythical beginnings, a small settlement grew into a powerful republic, and then into a vast empire that stretched from Britain to the Middle East. The Roman Empire was one of the most important civilizations in history. Its success was built on its incredible military strength, its brilliant engineering, and its sophisticated system of government. Roman legions, with their disciplined soldiers and advanced tactics, conquered vast territories. But the Romans did not just conquer, they also built. They constructed an amazing network of roads, many of which are still in use today, connecting every corner of their empire. They built massive aqueducts to bring fresh water to their cities, allowing them to grow larger than ever before. These feats of engineering were a testament to their skill and vision, creating the infrastructure for a connected and prosperous empire. One of Rome's greatest gifts to the world was its system of law. The Romans developed a complex legal code that was based on principles of justice and fairness. Many of our modern legal ideas, such as the concept that a person is innocent until proven guilty, come directly from Roman law. Their ideas about governance, with a senate and assemblies of citizens, influenced the development of republics and democracies for thousands of years. The language of the Romans, Latin, became the foundation for many modern European languages, including Italian, French, Spanish, and Portuguese. The influence of Rome is so deep that we can still see it all around us in our buildings, our laws, and our words. The architecture of ancient Rome was both beautiful and practical. They were masters of the arch, the vault, and the dome, which allowed them to build structures on a scale never seen before. The Colosseum, where gladiators fought for the entertainment of thousands, is a stunning example of their architectural genius. The Pantheon, with its magnificent domed roof and an opening to the sky, remains an engineering marvel. These incredible structures were not just for show. They served the needs of a thriving society, providing places for public gatherings, worship, and entertainment. The legacy of Roman architecture continues to inspire builders and designers to this very day, a permanent reminder of the glory that was Rome. After the fall of the Western Roman Empire around the 5th century, Italy entered a long and complex period known as the Middle Ages. The unified control of Rome was gone, and the peninsula became a fragmented land of competing powers. Various groups, including Germanic tribes, Byzantines, and later the Normans, fought for control over different parts of Italy. This was a time of great change and often great conflict. The political unity of the Roman era was replaced by a patchwork of smaller kingdoms and territories. Life became more localized, and the grand interconnected world of the empire shrank, with people focusing more on their own towns and regions for safety and identity. During this time, a new and powerful force grew in importance: the Catholic Church. With its center in Rome, the Church became a major political and cultural influence throughout Italy and all of Europe. The Pope, as the head of the Church, was not just a spiritual leader, but also a powerful ruler. He controlled a large territory in central Italy, known as the Papal States. The Church was the main patron of art and learning during much of the Middle Ages, preserving ancient knowledge in monasteries and commissioning works of art to decorate churches and cathedrals. It provided a sense of continuity and shared identity in a very divided land. A key feature of medieval Italy was the rise of powerful city-states, especially in the northern and central parts of the peninsula. Cities like Venice, Genoa, Florence, and Milan grew incredibly wealthy through trade and banking. Because there was no single king or emperor to rule them, these cities developed their own forms of government, often as republics run by powerful merchant families. They became centers of innovation, commerce, and culture. Venice and Genoa built powerful navies and controlled trade routes across the Mediterranean Sea, bringing spices, silks, and other exotic goods from the East into Europe, which made them incredibly rich and influential. These city-states were fiercely independent and often competed with one another, sometimes through trade and sometimes through war. This competition, however, also fueled great creativity and civic pride. Each city wanted to be the most beautiful, the most powerful, and the most cultured. Powerful families like the Medici in Florence used their immense wealth to support artists, architects, and scholars. They built magnificent palaces, churches, and public buildings, turning their cities into showcases of art and learning. This competitive and vibrant environment, funded by the wealth from trade, set the stage for the incredible cultural explosion that was to follow, the Renaissance. Following the Middle Ages, Italy became the heart of an extraordinary cultural movement known as the Renaissance, which means rebirth. Beginning in the 14th century, this was a time of renewed interest in the art, literature, and ideas of ancient Greece and Rome. Scholars, known as humanists, believed in the potential of human beings to achieve great things, shifting the focus from the divine to the human experience. This new way of thinking sparked a revolution in art, science, and philosophy. Florence, under the patronage of the wealthy Medici family, is often considered the birthplace of the Renaissance, but its spirit soon spread to other Italian cities like Rome, Venice, and Milan. This period produced some of the greatest artists in human history. Figures like Leonardo da Vinci were the ultimate Renaissance men, excelling in many fields. Leonardo was not only a painter who created masterpieces like the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, but also a brilliant scientist, inventor, and engineer. Michelangelo Buonarroti was another giant of the era, a sculptor, painter, and architect of incredible talent. He carved the breathtaking statue of David from a single block of marble and painted the magnificent ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican. These artists developed new techniques like perspective, which made their paintings look incredibly realistic and three-dimensional. The Renaissance was not just about art, it was also a time of great advancements in science and political thought. Galileo Galilei, an astronomer from Pisa, used the newly invented telescope to study the heavens. His observations supported the revolutionary idea that the Earth revolved around the Sun, which challenged the long-held beliefs of the Church and changed our understanding of the universe forever. In the world of politics, Niccolo Machiavelli wrote The Prince, a famous book that offered a realistic and sometimes ruthless guide to how rulers could gain and keep power. His work is still studied today for its insights into politics and human nature. The spirit of the Renaissance fundamentally changed the course of Western civilization. It celebrated human creativity, intellect, and beauty, laying the groundwork for the scientific revolution and the Age of Enlightenment. The achievements of the Italian Renaissance in art, architecture, science, and literature spread across Europe, inspiring similar movements in other countries. The beautiful art and powerful ideas that came out of this period continue to be admired and studied around the world. Italy's gift of the Renaissance was a rediscovery of human potential, a legacy that reminds us of the incredible things people are capable of achieving. For centuries after the Renaissance, Italy was, just a collection of separate states, often under the influence or even direct control of foreign powers like Spain, France, and Austria. The idea of a single, unified Italian nation was more of a dream really, held by poets, writers, and revolutionaries. But in the 19th century, this dream started to become a real political movement, known as the Risorgimento, or Resurgence, led by inspiring figures like Giuseppe Garibaldi, who was a charismatic general, and Count Camillo di Cavour, a clever statesman. The movement fought hard to unite the Italian peninsula. Through a series of wars, political maneuvering, and popular uprisings, the different states were finally brought together, and in 1861, the Kingdom of Italy was officially proclaimed. The newly unified country, though, faced a lot of challenges. There were big differences between the industrialized, more prosperous north and the rural, poorer south. People spoke different dialects, and honestly, many felt more loyalty to their local region than to the new Italian state. The early years of the nation were spent trying to build a common identity and a modern economy. Italy also wanted to establish itself as a major power in Europe, which led it to participate in World War I. The war was very costly for Italy, leading to great social and economic problems. This instability, in turn, created an environment where a new, radical political movement could take hold. In the 1920s, Benito Mussolini and his fascist party came to power. Mussolini promised to restore order, national pride, and the glory of the ancient Roman Empire. He established a dictatorship, suppressing political opposition and controlling, pretty much all aspects of life. His ambitious foreign policy led him to form an alliance with Nazi Germany, and Italy entered World War II on the side of the Axis powers. The war turned out to be a disaster for Italy, resulting in invasion, civil war, and widespread destruction. By the end of the war, the fascist regime had collapsed, and Mussolini was executed, leaving the country in ruins and deeply divided. After the terrible experience of the war and fascism, the Italian people chose to start anew. In 1946, they voted to abolish the monarchy and establish a democratic republic. A new constitution was written, creating a government with a president and a parliament. The post-war years saw an incredible period of economic growth, often called the Italian economic miracle. The country rapidly industrialized, and Italian companies like Fiat and Olivetti became known around the world. Italy joined the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, and was a founding member of the European Union, becoming a key player in the new, peaceful, and integrated Europe. Italy's geography is as famous as its history, easily recognizable on a map by its distinctive shape. It is a long peninsula that looks like a high-heeled boot, extending into the heart of the Mediterranean Sea. This unique location has been crucial throughout its history, making it a natural crossroads for trade, culture, and conflict between Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. The country is bordered by France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia to the north, where a formidable mountain range stands as a natural barrier. This northern border is defined by the Alps, Europe's highest and most extensive mountain system, offering breathtaking scenery and famous ski resorts. Running down the center of the Italian peninsula like a spine is another major mountain range, the Apennines. These mountains stretch for almost the entire length of the country, shaping the landscape and climate of the regions they pass through. They create the rolling hills of Tuscany and Umbria, which are covered in vineyards and olive groves, and the rugged, wilder landscapes of the south. Italy is also a land of important rivers. The longest river is the Po, which flows from the Alps in the west across northern Italy to the Adriatic Sea in the east. The Po Valley is the country's most fertile agricultural region and its most important industrial area. Beyond the mainland, Italy includes two large and famous islands. The largest is Sicily, located just off the toe of the boot. Sicily has its own unique culture, history, and cuisine, influenced by the many civilizations that have conquered it over the centuries, from the Greeks to the Arabs to the Normans. It is also home to Mount Etna, one of the most active volcanoes in the world. The second largest island is Sardinia, located to the west in the Tyrrhenian Sea. Sardinia is known for its stunningly beautiful beaches with white sand and clear turquoise water, as well as its rugged mountainous interior and ancient mysterious stone structures called nuraghi. Because of its long coastline, Italy has a predominantly Mediterranean climate with hot, dry summers and mild, wet winters. This climate is perfect for growing many of the ingredients that make Italian food so delicious, such as olives, grapes, tomatoes, and citrus fruits. The geography of Italy is incredibly diverse, offering a wide variety of landscapes within one country. From the snow-capped peaks of the Alps and the green, gentle hills of the central regions to the sun-baked coasts and volcanic islands of the south, Italy's natural beauty is a constant source of inspiration and a major reason why so many people from all over the world dream of visiting this magnificent land. Italian culture is like a beautiful blanket made from many different colorful threads. These threads are things like their language, their beliefs, their families, and how much they love art and food. People often sum it up with the famous saying, "La dolce vita," which means the sweet life. This idea is all about living in a way that truly values beauty, having fun, and spending good times with the people you care about. The main language is Italian, which is a lovely musical language that grew straight out of the Latin spoken by the old Roman Empire. Even though standard Italian is spoken everywhere, many areas also have their own special ways of speaking. These different ways show their unique local stories and make the country even more interesting. Beliefs are a big part of Italian life and culture. Most people say they are Roman Catholic. The country is home to Vatican City, which is the main place for the Catholic Church. You can see its influence everywhere, from the many beautiful churches in every town and city to the many religious holidays and parties celebrated all year long. Family is the most important part of Italian society. Having strong family ties is super important, and it's common to see many generations living together. Sunday lunch with the whole family is a special tradition. It's a time for sharing food, talking and laughing, which makes the deep connections that hold families together even stronger. Italy has given so much to the world of art, it's huge and clear for everyone to see. From the amazing works of the Renaissance to modern designs, Italians have always been really good at making beautiful things. This artistic spirit isn't just in museums, it's part of everyday life. You can see it in how elegant the buildings are, the stylish clothes people wear, and how carefully food is presented on a plate. Music is another really important part of Italian culture. Italy is where opera started, with famous composers like Verdi and Puccini, making music that is still played in opera houses all over the world. From classical music to modern pop songs, music is always around in Italian life. And of course, there's the food. Italian food is loved and copied everywhere, but to truly understand it, you have to try it in Italy. It's food made with simple, fresh, good ingredients, prepared with love. Each area has its own special dishes, from risotto in the north to pizza in Naples to fresh seafood in the south. Eating a meal in Italy is more than just eating. It's a social event. It's a chance to get together with friends and family, to talk, to relax, and to enjoy one of life's best pleasures. This strong love for food is a perfect way to show the Italian idea of living life to the fullest. When you think of style, elegance, and high-quality craftsmanship, you often think of Italy. The country is a global powerhouse in the world of fashion, and the phrase "made in Italy" is a guarantee of luxury and excellent design. Milan is considered one of the world's 4 major fashion capitals, alongside Paris, London, and New York. Twice a year, Milan Fashion Week attracts designers, journalists, buyers, and celebrities from all over the globe to see the latest collections from the most famous Italian brands. This event sets trends for the entire fashion industry, showcasing the creativity and innovation that keep Italy at the forefront of style. Italy is home to some of the most iconic and influential fashion houses in the world. Brands like Gucci, Prada, Armani, and Versace are household names, known for their distinctive styles and luxurious products. Giorgio Armani is famous for his elegant, understated tailoring that revolutionized menswear. Versace is known for its bold, glamorous, and often colorful designs that celebrate confidence and sensuality. Prada is celebrated for its intellectual and minimalist approach to luxury, while Gucci has become famous for its eclectic and modern romanticism. These brands, and many others, have created a powerful legacy of Italian style that is recognized and desired worldwide. The Italian fashion story is not just about big famous brands, it is also about a long tradition of skilled artisans and family-owned businesses. Many of the world's finest leather goods, such as shoes, handbags, and belts, are made in Italy. Regions like Tuscany and La Marche are famous for their workshops, where craftspeople use traditional techniques passed down through generations to create beautiful and durable products. This commitment to quality materials and meticulous attention to detail is at the heart of what makes Italian fashion so special. It is a combination of creative design and expert craftsmanship that is difficult to replicate. This love for fashion is not just reserved for the runway. It is part of everyday Italian culture. Italians generally take great pride in their appearance, a concept known as la bella figura, which means the beautiful figure. It is not about vanity, but about presenting oneself well as a sign of respect for oneself and for others. Whether going to work, meeting friends for a coffee, or just taking an evening stroll, the passeggiata, Italians tend to dress with a sense of care and style. This innate appreciation for aesthetics is woven into the fabric of daily life, making Italy a country where beauty and fashion are truly everywhere you look. Visiting Italy is like stepping into a living museum, a country packed with more UNESCO World Heritage Sites than any other nation on Earth. The top destination for most visitors is Rome, the Eternal City. Here you can explore the ancient world by visiting the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and the Pantheon. You can also throw a coin into the Trevi Fountain to ensure your return and climb the Spanish Steps for a beautiful view of the city. Rome is also home to Vatican City, a tiny independent state within the city. Here you can visit St. Peter's Basilica, the largest church in the world, and marvel at Michelangelo's masterpieces in the Sistine Chapel. Another essential stop on any Italian journey is Florence, the heart of the Renaissance. The city is dominated by the magnificent Duomo, the cathedral with its famous dome designed by Brunelleschi. Art lovers will be in heaven at the Uffizi Gallery, which holds an incredible collection of Renaissance paintings, including works by Botticelli and Leonardo da Vinci. You can also see Michelangelo's iconic statue of David at the Galleria dell'Accademia and walk across the Ponte Vecchio, a medieval bridge lined with shops that has stood for centuries. Florence is a city that breathes art and history from every stone. For a truly unique and romantic experience, there is no place like Venice. This city is built on more than 100 small islands in a lagoon in the Adriatic Sea. There are no roads, just canals, so the main way to get around is by boat or on foot. A ride in a gondola along the Grand Canal is an unforgettable experience, offering stunning views of the elegant palaces that line the waterways. You can get lost in the maze of narrow streets, discover charming little squares, and visit the stunning St. Mark's Square, which is home to the beautiful St. Mark's Basilica and the Doge's Palace. Beyond these famous cities, Italy offers a wealth of other treasures to explore. You can discover the beautiful Amalfi Coast with its dramatic cliffs and colorful seaside villages like Positano. You can explore the ruins of Pompeii, a Roman city perfectly preserved under volcanic ash. You can hike in the spectacular Dolomite Mountains or relax on the stunning beaches of Sardinia. You can also delve into the country's rich culinary traditions by taking a cooking class in Bologna or going on a wine tour in Tuscany. Italy is a country that offers endless opportunities for discovery, adventure, and creating memories that will last a lifetime.
Ready for a history adventure? Join our community. Subscribe to World History, smash that like, share with friends, and drop your thoughts below. Let's make history together. See you in the comments.